Everyone, good morning. I haven't been able to sleep because this has been troubling me too much, and I can't be overthinking it because I've come up with nothing. It just gets murkier and murkier, and I will not be a historian studying the Tudors. I really won't, because I'm on the pilgrimage of grace now, and this is at the beginning of the dissolution of the monasteries, and so here's the situation. Robert Aske, who I've always done in a Sean Bean accent from, you know, up north, he's not from the north, he's a London barrister. So what do we know about barristers? For one thing, they're very intelligent. And what do we know about this sort of plan? Well, Robert Aske has managed to come down from, is it Setrington in the North Riding of Yorkshire? Okay, so, no, that's, yeah. Yeah, with, guess how many men? 40,000 men. That is a huge army. And, like, so, okay, what does it say here again? 40,000 pilgrims, and he meets Norfolk and the Earl of Shrewsbury. They're outnumbered. They had 5,000 and 7,000 men respectively, of 40,000 pilgrims. Okay. Yeah. King would not move that. In 1537 there was a new rising, not authorised by Aske, in Cumberland and Westmoreland, called Bigot's Rebellion under Sir Francis Bigot of Setrington in the North Riding of Yorkshire. Oh, they meant that rebellion. Oh, for fuck's sake. The rebellion failed. Aske and several other rebels such as Sir Robert Constable, all were convicted of treason and executed. Right. I'm on Wikipedia, obviously, but how did that fail? I mean, what the best I've managed to find in statistics about Henry's standing army, he had 4,000 men in his standing army, and he was using mercenaries as well. Like, but was he using 40,000 mercenaries? Hiding in... And where did Aske get to? Setrington? Why is he not in London? It makes no sense at all. And like, what, hasn't a barrister in London got powerful friends in London? And it's like, where is Aske at this point? Leslie Charles, borrowed for Earl Surrey, Norfolk's son, specifically notes that Henry VIII did not authorise Thomas Howard, 3rd Duke of Norfolk, to grant remedies for the grievances. Norfolk's enemies had whispered into the king's ear that the Howards could put down a rebellion of peasants if they wanted to, suggesting that Norfolk sympathised with the pilgrimage. Norfolk and the Earl of Shrewsbury were outnumbered. They had 5,000 and 7,000 respectively, but there were 40,000 pilgrims. Once in their vast numbers, Norfolk negotiated and made promises to avoid being massacred. Okay. And then next thing is stupid Wikipedia article. Next minute, he's caught them all. Not all being arrested for treason, and basically, well, Robert Aske gets hanged in chains. Like, and that film, TV show depiction of it is totally inaccurate, apparently. In total, 260 were executed, several lords and knights, several were hanged, drawn and quartered. Like, which is actually what you get for treason, traditionally, I think. How? The Pilgrimage of Grace. Depending on which bit of Wikipedia you're reading, we might have 50,000 men strong army with a barrister leading it. And like Norfolk and the Earl of Shrewsbury asked us, one's up to them, get out. It's like, get out of my way. And we're like, okay then. And they're like, where are we going? London, obviously. Like, you know what I've turned over in my mind? Over this, Robert Aske going into the King's Palace, and all the men are like, chucking down there, or what would it be? Pikes. So he's like, no, see you later. And he just goes into the palace and butchers everyone. And is that where this 57,000 deaths comes from? Like, if that can be believed, so we're entering the dissolution of the monasteries, a period where, like, if the monasteries are being meaningfully dissolved at all, like, they're all on strike, surely, because of this. But, like, pens down. No, we're not doing anything for you. You're dissolving the monasteries. Like, what the fuck? And, like, Aske is a barrister. And he's like, do you understand the importance of what they do? You're a fool. I'm going to teach you a lesson. Like, who is Aske? Let's go to his Wikipedia page just quickly. Like, however many men Henry has, I doubt it's enough. It's like angry Catholics in a country where everyone's a Catholic. Like, it's like, and like Scotland's up there, like going, what is going on here? It's so weird, is it not? I mean, I'm seriously, like, I can't believe I'm thinking like this. But does Aske just adopt the title and style Henry VIII? Like, and like, what the fuck is before, like, then, you know? Like, where are we in history? That I don't know. This is Robert Aske. Okay. It's got betrayals. It's got a castle. There's Wikipedia page picture. Ghost man. There must be a painting of him somewhere. He's a barrister. What else do we know about barristers? They're loaded. No, this is weirder than people think it is. Oh my goodness. I would say he's a merchant, but that is not a Tudor costume. Robert Aske the merchant. Yeah, 1619. No, yeah, okay. And a haberdasher. That's when the name Robert Aske re-emerged in sort of London society. Pretty, like, you know, not barristering. Not really, you know, in the Inns of Court. Talking, rubbing shoulders with judges, other barristers, like powerful, well-connected, intelligent, well-educated people in London. He took his place. I think he might have invented the Tudor dynasty. But then we look at monasteries. Were they really dissolved? If so, if not, what were they turned into? And then why Anglicanism? If they weren't dissolved, like, well, there are ruined monasteries around. There are ruins of monasteries, but how many? Like, what? This is crazy talk, but I'm having to make this assumption, I think. Robert Aske. Not. Who is it? No one knows. Who do I think it was? Sean Bean. Got Sean Bean playing Robert Aske, and there he is, like, being hanged in chains, being, like, hanged in a little cage on a church. You can't believe a word of it. I was churning out all this mainstream media. Monasteries. Like, they were the media. Like, what would you do? Like, for instance, like, my mate at school tried a little scam on the Sun newspaper. And, like, what do they do? Like, oh, a person of interest. What is the Sun? Like, they have an army of spies working for them, essentially, at that point. And they probably still do. Like, it's part of the